God.
Hey everyone, welcome to Schoolstone, your premier Saturday or Sunday afternoon match source for some good old Hearthstone matches. I am LotusKnight, one of your casters today, and I'm joined here by basedinc and JRJuggerlaw. JR, how are you doing today?
Well, it's Sunday, so I'm both happy that it's still the weekend, but sad that the weekend ends tomorrow.
Yeah, I am in a similar situation. um, how are you doing, Base?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah? I think we have two very exciting matches for everyone this week. What are you all thinking?
Yeah. What I'm really excited about is that they're open lists, and so I can actually dig into some lists here when we cast these.
Oh yeah. We're starting with a pro match: Dusharmo versus ItsMeMikeV, The Unknown versus Due Process, followed by Mike Lowe from Wild THL Fanatics versus Memnarch from Power Creeps. And to start, something we like to do here at Schoolstone is ask our resident THL historian JRJuggerlaw a little bit about the history of these two players. So let's start them talking about Dusharmo and Mike V. How has their history in THL been so far, JR?
So the funny thing with both of these players is that I have very similar histories with both of them as far as um, like being very connected to them as far as the teams I've been a part of. So this season, as far as it's me, Mike V, I've been playing with him on Hero and in Pro this season. We both kind of joined him because we were looking to start a very active roster for Pro, and then he also decided to recruit me for Hero, and we've been pretty close friends ever since. Um, and from what I understand from his history, he's been playing here for about 3, 4 seasons at least. He's played with a bunch of different teams, including um, Tam Surf Slam, and is at least friendly from what I gather with the crew of Dirty Mike and the boys. Um, but most people just recognize him as being the 4 seed of the legendary Good Luck Albatrosses that I am not praising so much because Lotus is part of as well. But yeah, he's basically made a name for himself as a pretty strong player. Like, it's still surprising to me that he's only a 4 seed. Dusharmo, on the other hand, kind of comes at the in a similar boat because he's a 3 seed in Legacy, and as people like myself know him, the man has been a 1 seed before. He's an insane player. I actually was on the team he was on when he first joined THL, which was the Hero Power Rangers.
Oh wow.
We were that was like a really fun group of people. It was myself, him, Matt, like that. It also involves Eroshio, Matt at Arms, Inked, a few people who don't really play anymore, but it was like a really awesome team to be a part of. And
Yeah.
then he started branching out like I did to other teams, both in Hero and Legacy. So now it's kind of funny to see these two guys who are Legacy teammates go up against each other in Pro, considering they don't even play in the same seat. So I'm excited to see kind of how this is going to be a really close one. If it's going to be a blowout or what.
I think this is going to be an interesting match. Let's take a look at their deck list. Since this is Pro, just as a reminder, Pro is Conquest format, and you get the extra spice of being able to see your opponent's decks. So here we have the decks for our first match. Dusharmo bringing the Demon Hunter, Tempo Demon Hunter, the Highlander Hunter, the Enrage Warrior, and the Spell Druid versus ItsMeMikeV's Bomb Warrior, Spell Druid, Highlander Hunter, and Rogue. So I'm going to start with you, Base. What do you think of these decks in general, and how are they poised in the current meta?
So we just had the balance patch, but I think it's now pretty agreed on that Demon Hunter is still very much one of, if not the best deck. I think Warrior still probably takes that, but Dusharmo has continued to bring the Demon Hunter, which I really like. He's gone with the standard build. VS posted on the Thursday before the nerf, or the day of the nerf. And then he also brought Highlander Hunter, Enraged Warrior, and Druid. They're all pretty standard lists, and I do want to point out that he has chosen to bring MikeV in Highlander Hunter, which is starting to kind of make its way back into lists as a nice way to shut off Druid taunts for a turn and hopefully sneak that lethal in before they Mount Celery you out of the game.
Sure. And these look like really interesting. I think, to me, the curious part is the Rogue, because the Rogue, it worked out super well in my hero match. I actually swept my opponent with Rogue, which is definitely not what I was planning to do. That was just ended up working, and I think the Rogue is looking stronger than people gave it credit this week. Even though the Demon Hunter nerf it didn't kill the class, I think it hurt a bit that other classes are now having a little bit more space.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest takeaway from these nerfs. I was kind of trying to say that on Tavern Talk on Thursday, that we're kind of seeing how Demon Hunter is still very much in the conversation. It's still a very powerful deck, but it's kind of hard to deny that the nerf to Twin Slice does take away a lot of that, like the edge it had over other decks, and now it feels like kind of the gap is way closer.
Right.
Yeah, I do think that like this specific list, the previous Demon Hunter, I think actually lost a good amount of percentage points to the Rogue, which is something that could really come up. Looking at stats, actually, Rogue is starting to go 50-50 with the Hunter with the a 0.3 edge, here and there. So it's probably about a 50-50 matchup, and I wouldn't give either of them an advantage in that. But yeah, Rogue is really well positioned right now.
Yeah, I mean, for those who watched the Friday match, tech your Rogues really hard, and you can actually beat Demon Hunter.
It's favored. It's showing 53%
there were
favored.
several matches actually where that happened, because if you guys were watching Saturday night fights last night, Mike V was on it playing this Rogue deck against Shunsui, and he ended up winning game 1 against the Demon Hunter. So I definitely would agree with that sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's favored. Like having Spy Mistress and then also having threats you can develop while clearing board is all you need to beat Demon Hunter, and that's exactly what Rogue likes to do.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's what's very interesting though to me is also the fact that Rogue is kind of back in this place where where there's this big kind of debate between Secret Rogue versus Stealth Rogue. Some people seem to prefer secrets, some people seem to prefer stealth, and even then, you're seeing kind of little tech choices here that in each of them that you wouldn't necessarily see with everybody. Just a good example of that is Prep, which you see Mike V is playing one of in his Rogue deck, and I have mixed feelings on it within the stealth version. I think it can actually be pretty nuts in secrets, but here it's I have very different feelings about it, just knowing the limited amount of spells he plays that could really capitalize off of it.
I think a lot of it in the stealth version is to get that questing going. If you're playing double questing, the objective of the prep is mostly so you can go prep Abyss or prep some spell that you randomly generated, and you end up, especially in the Druid matchup, it ends up being a lot about Edwin or questing. So I can see it as tech specifically for that. I don't think it's as good against Demon Hunter or other classes where, yeah, the questing helps and it is important. If you're going to win, you need a big body, but it's not as crucial as in others.
Yeah. I do want to say that if you're looking to have the Rogue beat the Demon Hunter, you kind of have to go stealth. It is the only one favored against Demon Hunter. The secrets are not. It's secrets are better at single target removal.
Right.
Where Rogue is the stealth one's better at getting the board early and snowballing. And I think that the prep is actually really nice there. It develops your questing adventurer, and then if you ever go prep eviscerate while building a board, it's just it's nuts, you know, and you have the draw to keep filling your hand, so you're not too worried about the, you know, the negative card advantage you get from playing prep. But I think it's actually a really nice inclusion in this list.
I'm looking forward to seeing if he gets a chance to properly capitalize off it. And I was also going to say, Questing Adventure is also a card I feel very mixed feelings about for both that you're seeing both in Stealth and Secret Rogue. So I'm very curious to see like how much value he gets out of it in this match.
Mm-hmm. And we do have the bans in, which I'm sure it's a big surprise for everyone. Anyone would like to hazard a guess here?
Double Warrior ban?
Priest.
Double Warrior ban. Just super safe ban right now. I think a lot of lineups have been doing it. I actually banned Druid twice this week, and I've been thinking about the Druid ban a lot more depending on your lineup. Because I think the Rogue especially, if you're going Rogue and Highlander Hunter, you can probably beat Warrior. You don't need to worry that much about it.
Yeah.
It's tough. I find it funny because I feel for Warrior, it's definitely more so of a ban I go for in like I feel more inclined to go for.
Yeah.
You know, they could be bringing in Rage, they could be bringing Bomb, and you're definitely worried about like, well, what happens if they bring Bomb as opposed to Enrage? Like all these questions that go through your head. It's just a really strong class.
Right.
It's funny to me how Warrior's still getting banned a lot in Pro because, you know, despite people knowing exactly what they're seeing, because they still kind of know it's, you know, it's a strong deck. It's arguably the strongest deck of the entire meta right now. So I can understand people kind of wanting to avoid it.
I think the other big issue for the Warrior, or the big reason for the Warrior ban, is just that the Demon Hunter has a really bad time into the Warrior versus all of its other matchups. And so by banning the Warrior, you kind of get rid of that one bad matchup for Demon Hunter. I think this week is actually going to see a reduction in Warrior bans, just because people are going to bring Druid, people are going to bring specifically decks that can do okay against Warrior, like Highlander Mage. I think that was a much more popular bring this week than last week.
Yeah. I have very mixed feelings after choosing to bring Highlander Mage in all of my matches this week.
That is fair. I actually brought completely different lists in Pro, in Hero, and in Legacy this week. Just very different decks, and I brought Mage in Pro, and it worked out super well. Just Yogbox on 8 still wins sometimes, and there's nothing your opponent can do. It decides to put a bunch of taunts with Divine Shield, and you just win from there, and there's nothing your opponent can even say about it.
Yep. That sums it up.
Yeah. I think in terms of classes, which do you think is going to be the key class for each of them to get through, given this lineup?
Like as far as the most challenging to get a win with?
Yeah, because it is Pro, so you want to get a win with as many. Well, you need one win with each. So, which is going to be the hardest to pass here?
So I think for Mike V, it's probably going to be the Rogue, because even though I think that's going to match up well against the Demon Hunter, Hunter and Druid definitely I feel less optimistic about. For Dusharmo, I would say, honestly, this is going to sound weird, but I actually think it's going to be the Demon Hunter. Like, partially because I was struggling with it in my Pro match this week. Like, you'll see, I was the only one on my team who brought it. And I do still think it's a strong deck, but it definitely wasn't. I thought it was going to be a deck I got a pretty easy win with looking at Solo Jazz's lineup, and it was not the case at all. So, looking at that, I feel like I think looking at what he has to beat is not necessarily going to be so hard, but I could definitely see Dusharmo running into trouble, especially if Mike is playing his cards right.
Do you agree with this, Baze? Is there any class you think is going to be in trouble, or it's going to be all about that one?
I think a lot of it's going to be the Hunter mirror. Yeah, like I did take a look at your list, JR, and you have a little bit slower Demon Hunter that's going to really destroy any slower strategy. I don't think anything can really match up to the value of the Spectral Sight Volpera build, but the Demon Hunter that Dusharmo has brought is going more for that early game and can really, really punish a Hunter that doesn't start off with exactly what it needs, or a rogue even that doesn't start off with exactly what it needs, or the druid that doesn't have the abilities to develop their board and actually fight off the demon hunter. So that one I'm not as worried about. It can always brick. Demon hunter does that, and if that's the case, it bricks in one of those key matchups that it needs to win. That'll be the issue, but I really think that the Highlander Hunter mirror might be where this comes down to, because I think that everything else is going to get through. I think the druids and the rogues and the demon hunters are all probably fine here.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah.
I think I feel like my opinion right now is that Highlander Hunter is a bit overrated. And I think it's going to be about squeezing Highlander Hunter through as a fourth deck compared to all these other powerhouses.
I mean, personally, my feeling has always been that I really like Highlander Hunter, not because I think it's like incredible, but because I feel like it matches well. Like it's always going to match up pretty well. Like I feel like the problem you come across is like if you bring something like Priest or Mage, there's several classes it could really struggle against. Whereas with Hunter, I feel like it's likely to be favored against some of these classes like Rogue, Mage, Priest, where it's they're probably going to bring at least one of them, so it feels like a pretty safe bring as a result.
Mm-hmm.
But as just quickly also in regards to Demon Hunter, I do think that there's definitely value to both builds. I think for me personally, I went with more of the Volpera Scoundrel build, more so because I like being able to like maintain the long game in the event that my opponent deals with my early threats.
Sure.
But there are definitely arguments to be made about like needing to like focus on the early game pressure because that helps secure your wins more often than not.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like your list really punishes any slow strategy. Like it's almost impossible for them to beat you because you go late and you just have insane damage. The Volpera picks up an extra little bit of damage, but the Demon Hunter that Dusharmo's bringing looks to just have a more consistent early game and then finish the game quicker and not have to go late. Where if they go late, they're probably going to get beat. So it's that really big trade-off there. And if you're going to try and beat like hunters and druids even more, or round out and beat the mages the mages and the warriors and the priests that try and take you a little bit later.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I have some bad news that I have to share with both of you. So, I was looking forward to this match having an impact on the overall standings and being like if Mike V wins, he keeps due process alive, and if Dusharmo wins, he seals the win for the unknown for the week. But unfortunately, the 3-seed matchup was just played, and Brushy Tuna beat Goose 3-0, so this match suddenly lost a lot of significance.
Well, it's still going to be an interesting match.
For sure. I was just really hoping we'd still have a shot if Mike won, but
sure.
Alas, you can't have it all.
No, but I think you guys still need to max out the number of points, and the Unknown also really wants to max out as they're getting closer to the top 4 teams and making it for the playoffs.
No, of course. I hate to sound all depressing and all. It's just that I wish I felt like it mattered to us at this point,
It's fine. I think Due Process had a really... you guys went super strong in the start. You were the last team to leave undefeated status, and
yeah,
it's fallen out a bit, but I still think it's a good team.
I know we're a good team. I'm just incredibly frustrated by the sudden downturn,
Right.
So, but I digress. Are we ready to start?
I am just waiting for them. I think they're getting set.
Yeah, Mike. It looked like Mike's game crashed, and so he's back online and back in the prep screen.
I hope it doesn't crash for me again. It crashed during my match with Baze.
Yeah.
And it crashed yesterday at a random moment, a little bit after my match. Like, I finished my match with Trippy Toad, and then it crashed. So, I don't know what's going on with Hearthstone. Hopefully we won't have any stream issues. We are having, by the way, for our second match, NHL and JFan and Mike V himself are going to join the casting team.
Do we want to go ahead and send them the green light?
Oh yeah, I already did.
Okay, cool.
making sure they're all set. I believe they are. What class do you guys think they'll start with? I know in Legacy a lot of people just do random. Oh, they already began.
Yes, they did.
Okay, so we don't need to try to guess the randomness that some people deal with or method that some people employ. Okay, it seems to be loading.
Yeah, I'm in. We got Dusharmo on the Demon Hunter and Mike V on the Hunter.
Okay. Certainly the matchup Dusharmo wanted to see here.
Tremble before the might
Yeah,
of the elves.
So, did we capture the mulligan?
I don't think we did.
Okay, so
Right after.
Dusharmo tossed back Satyr and kept Twin Slice and Battlefiend, and then Mike V tossed back the 6/5 dragon. I can't remember what it's called, and
I got you,
The
friend.
Rotnest.
yeah, Rotnest and Bran, and kept Acidic Swamp Ooze in the Desert Spear, which I really like keeping the Desert Spear, but I'm not as sold on the Ooze, like just on the mulligan. You know, like it's nice to have, but I'd rather have something that swings the board early instead of tries to clear off the 5 mana weapon.
Against Warrior, I think you always keep Ooze. Against Demon Hunter,
Yeah,
it's arguable because it is a 5 mana play. It's
yeah,
a lot of times the match doesn't even
What
get
to
there.
do?
yeah. I mean, like there's the where if they played Umberwing on 2, you probably just play Ooze because it's kind of like having the Frozen Shadow Weaver.
Right.
Job done.
I think here I might actually.
You want to Divine Shield the Battlefiend?
Yeah, I kind of want to Divine Shield the Battlefiend, and I'm even considering using my Eye Beam here to keep my board as wide as possible, and just, you know, or maybe Twin Slice. Probably just the Twin Slice. You can save the Eye Beam, right?
I think you don't eye beam here just because you're at full health and Twin Slice does pretty much do the same thing.
Yeah, it does the same thing. So, you know, like if I Eye Beam, like it's just pushing the 1 damage with the hero power. Yeah.
This is a strong start, although if he's playing explosive, he's fine with this, and the Desert Spear can just exert so much control.
So Mike V is playing secret build. He's playing Freezing Trap and Snake Trap as his 2 secrets.
Okay, so there's no explosive.
No
Correct.
explosive.
At least he's going to be able to clean up the battlefield even if he's going to take more damage.
Job's done.
That is gonna be rough.
Wow, that's just rough.
I don't like playing that one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think you want to set up the Outcast.
Yeah, like I think that's a thing that kind of goes really unnoticed with Demon Hunter. Is just how important the hand management is. Sometimes you
Yeah.
make a little less optimal plays just to set up something.
I think
Yeah,
it's a really important part of Demon Hunter to know how to set your hand for whatever play you actually need to.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears. Job done.
Yeah.
I agree.
So many ways to kill the 1/3 here.
I think you want to eye beam it, right?
Yeah, I think you want to get the freeze
Well,
off if you can, or the
I
eye
don't
beam
think you
off.
even need
and
to use
freeze
the eye
his
beam
face.
here.
Well,
I think
I mean,
wouldn't you want to just twin slice it instead and save the eye beam for something like larger?
so I'm looking at like, okay, so right now we're going to connect for potentially 4 and then present 7 on board
Yeah.
with 3 in hand, so that's 4, so we're 1 damage off if we choose to use the eye beam
Is
here,
it cold in the shadows?
is what I'm looking at. So like, you know, if we pick up quite a few things, like that's just lethal.
I don't think the lifesteal matters that much in this state.
No. Yeah, I like, you know, it's pushing the 1 here, but this is the one that like now actually just might finish the game.
Right. This doesn't look great for Mike because best case scenario, he's just playing a big dragon.
Which
Yeah.
is good, but it's not really going to accomplish much at this point.
No, it
What to
doesn't really help when
do?
you're taking 7 on board.
The best thing he can do right now is like hope he lives next turn, and maybe a Varanus play to help clear the board, which even then is not going to feel amazing.
Sure. Skull pickup is pretty huge here, I think.
Yeah, I think just freaking Skull.
Poor warlock.
I don't see a reason not to.
Well, you can set up a really big board. Unless they get Unleash and something, it's going to be very hard for Mike V to come back from this.
I think you buff up the Brawler, right, or no?
Yeah, I would just buff up the Brawler. Like, it makes it so that the dragon has to trade into it.
I also like buffing the...
The Shadow Weaver as a second, right?
Yeah. Because the dragon is going to hit it anyways, so you kind of just
Yeah.
start with something else.
I got you, friend.
I could see buffing up this if there was an explosive trap in the deck. I
Sure.
think that would be a real solid call.
Sure.
But I don't really see a way out for
No.
Mike V at this point.
He
No.
doesn't have an out. The
I don't
board's
think he
too
went
wide, and he
fast
can only
enough.
clear 3 things.
Yeah.
Masterful. I can see it.
Nope, we see Dusharmo.
This, my friends, is why Demon Hunter is kind of absurd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Dusharmo gets the Demon Hunter through. I think kind of highlights the point that Demon Hunter is not as nerfed as some of us thought it would be. The class is just still really strong. Just the power level of the average card is really high right now, and it's just really hard to compete with that.
Yeah. Demon Hunter still very OP.
Yeah. And we're waiting for the second match. What do you guys think we see come in here?
I expect a Druid Mirror.
Ooh, I never will like playing Druid Mirrors. They're like
Nope.
the worst.
It's the worst.
It's just the worst matchup ever.
Yeah.
0 redeeming
It-
qualities.
It's Combo Priest, but you have to wait a little bit longer to find out who got the board and won the game.
Yeah, I mean, even the list with Soulfire or with Starfall, you play your board and then Starfall, and then the opponent is just going to get it again. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. You have to toss a whole hand.
You have Mike V
Frost is in
versus
such a
Dusharmo,
tremble
the
before
Hunter
the
versus
might
the
of
Druid
elves.
here.
Yeah, ooh, that is both pretty nice hands for the matchup.
Yeah, having that Zephyros is just going to be pretty huge, because
Yeah.
you're going to want to use that to deal with a Mount Cellar board.
I
Hopefully,
I kind of
I
like
just want
ramp.
to see it come down right here.
Yeah.
I don't think you ramp. I think you go Animal Companion. Like, the way you win this game
Sure.
is taking board early and then like making them react. Like, if they get to their Mount
true.
Cellar turns, or if they burn 2 cards off their Fungal Fortunes,
oh,
you're in trouble.
Fortunate to have witnessed
Yeah.
this.
my
That
the-
could be a little rough. I'm
the
sure
problem.
Dusharmo had this happen yesterday to him as well, so I'm sure he's not very happy right now.
No. Yeah. So like if you played the Zephyros last turn, you could be pushing up to 8 damage this turn.
Right. Mike V choosing to save the spear there. I don't think I like that play.
Oh, I think you need to advance it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just want a 1/1 on board, and it's fine if he hero powers and kills it.
Right. I will also say quickly, while I understand Base's argument regarding playing the Animal Companion there, I think the biggest problem is, like, I don't think that really accomplishes much, because regardless of which companion Mike would have gotten, Dusharmo would have had some kind of answer, and I think he knows, like, there would have been a good chance of that happening.
Okay. If your Druid opponent is answering your board and not developing their board, they just don't win.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you just get to keep pushing that residual damage, like that's what happens with Demon Hunter is they just play all these residual threats and then they push and push, and by the time the Druid is going to blow you out of the game, Druid's already out of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
The idea is that it's not going to be able to ramp to anything because it's dead before that.
Yeah, but here is a 6 Glowfly. So yeah, the Zephyrs here is going to be huge.
Do you
Yeah.
definitely Zephyrs here, though, is the question.
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Because I'm not against it, but I also wish I felt like you could hold on to that for like for some other kind of situation, you know, for better removal. But you're probably right that this is like what you need to do here.
I think you need to go with the Lightning Storm just to clear.
It's also unfortunate though. It's also unfortunate because it will overload it for next turn, which is not ideal.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not ideal. Having the secret and the hero power is a play. It's not the worst thing you could do. And to Mike V, if he can get this Hunter through the Druid, it's going to be super useful.
Yes, I think that would be huge and possibly could win the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the ramp.
I think just ramping here is real good.
Yeah, I could also
And
see
clearing some
just...
stuff off or healing up. A
Yeah, you
combination.
can just go Crystal Power and Bog Beam, kill his two biggest minions.
Yeah, you know, they're going to take a turn off, so you have kind of a free turn to overload and hopefully get the last Mount Seller in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this is really good now for Mike because he's thinking to himself. He should be thinking to himself, "Man, I should be glad he used Crystal Power to remove as opposed to heal, knowing he's got that Dino Tamer brand in hand. It's going to be ready next turn."
Yeah, I like it. It effectively is healing for possibly up to 6.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do expect to see an overflow, just getting a bunch of heat.
Yeah.
Kind of has to.
Yes.
Like, you could play the Emerald Explorer, sure, but he kind of knows that Mike V will have some kind of answer to it. And I mean, he has the Rot Nest for that at this point, which is really
Right.
strong.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're gonna want to go ahead and just use that Bog Beam though.
I think
Like,
so.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know how much more damage you can sustain.
Contradictions.
Like, so I think that you have to.
But this is exactly what you want for like a Dino Tamer brand situation. Just drop that thing and...
Yeah.
Like, he knows that Dusharmo's not going to have an easy way to remove that. And he's going to have to rely on either getting a couple rush minions or getting taunts.
I kind of want to go face with a weapon here. I've been wanting for a while,
Yeah.
but I think you need to keep just healing one and summoning one once.
Right. Well, also because of the kill command hero power, he'll be able to do next turn, regardless of what Dusharmo does. So that's going to be pretty relevant.
Yeah.
So that's pretty essential damage.
Are going to see taunts, but I don't think this is going to matter here. As long as there's no crystal power, this game should go for Mike.
Correct.
I don't. I'd rather see all of the minions get summoned before figuring out where you're gonna put the Iron Bark.
Yeah.
Fair.
Ooh, he's hoping he gets the other rush. Is it there? Last chance. Nope.
Not like it mattered here, but... Well, it does with the 1 armor. It does get it. He's opting to trade there. That closes it if Mike sees it. And Mike V gets the Hunter through. So, it's a pretty major result. Just being able to get that Hunter out of the way early against a Druid nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean, Hunter vs. Druid has been a very interesting matchup to watch.
It has.
You guys saw what happened when I beat Bill's Druid with Hunter last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like that could have gone a number of different ways, and I just had luck. I just got lucky. I had exact lethal
Right.
from hand.
There's also this thing that Highlander Hunter is never super unfavored. Like, it can have bad matchups, but it's never not going to have a chance in the match. So,
Right.
even against what would be considered a pretty bad matchup, you can still win like 40% of the time or something like that, which we kind of see here.
Right.
I do want to say that I've officially now Team Dusharmo for playing the superior druid hero.
That is true.
Wow.
Round is in session.
Oh, Elise.
I'm a little hurt-faced. I'm not gonna lie.
Elise is the only druid hero, not the evil tree.
At least
I do really
is
like
the best.
the keeps in this mulligan though, the glowfly. I'm not sure about the emerald. I mean, he got rewarded for it because he picked up the Breath of Dreams, but I probably would have just kept the overgrowth.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a valid argument to both sides. I see your point there. Personally, if I see Emerald Explorer, Overgrowth, and Breath of Dreams, I'm keeping all three.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. I wonder if it just is correct in this because like you need to kind of high roll. So like you're saying, okay, well I have the dragon, I'll pick up the Breath of Dreams, I'll win this game because I'll go 2 into 4 into 7 mana.
And then get a Mount Seller turn or just
Can't
get a
get a
big
Mount
dragon.
Seller.
right.
No, gross. Another sand card. So
Mike can start some pressure just by coining out the Swarm, but in that sense, it's just
it's only 4.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
not good.
rough. You can pressure with a 22 damage follow-up if they don't clear everything, but like, oh man, if you didn't pick up the
very rough.
Ysera, I think it's actually probably the time to just innervate out the glowfly, but the minion pickup was kind of painful.
Yeah. And Mike V chooses to just keep going face and just preserve the Swarm of Glowflies.
I mean, it's tough. It's a tough call because you know on one hand that he's getting to that point where he could have a minion he's going to play, but at the same time, you're not necessarily thrilled about playing Glowfly for only 4 minions.
Yeah, and that's just game over.
Yeah, I don't see much he can do here. He could Breath of Dreams to see if he gets something crazy, but...
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's just it. Like,
Yeah.
that's this matchup really is just who plays the glowfly first that actually matters.
Mm-hmm. Double Savage Roar. Turn. What was this, like turn 5, turn 6?
And that's a Druid Mirror for you all.
That
I
was
think
turn 5.
I'll, to quote Mr. Ridiculous Hat, it is a clown fiesta. I don't think this match could have done a better job of summing up how accurate that is.
I think it just doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
I wouldn't describe it as a clown fiesta, as more of just like a literal coin flip where it's like, hey, did you get it? Oh, you got it? Okay, cool. You win that one, I guess.
Okay, that's also accurate.
Yeah.
Like they're not doing crazy over the top stuff. It's just like, hey, I played Glowfly first. Do you want to concede now?
Right. And we kind of saw how like that matchup was a combination of Dusharmo getting the ramp first, getting more draw power to work with, and playing the Glowfly Swarm as well. So it wasn't just like the Glowfly was obviously very relevant, but you could also point to several different things that made that possible and so impactful.
Yeah, okay, so let's say Dusharmo didn't pick up Glowfly on his Fungal Fortunes that he also had to go on top of the other, 2 busted cards. I think that Mike V probably can win that. Like, it doesn't matter if they have more mana than you, if you have the first Glowfly that matters, right? Because now Dusharmo spends his turn reacting. He didn't have the Mount Seller to make a board while reacting, and so it's just like, react to this board, do nothing, and then
Sure.
Mike V does it again, and then kills you.
That's fair. Now, quick question: do you I couldn't tell if I saw this correctly. Did Mike V keep his whole hand?
It looks like kept power.
Okay,
I
I
think
couldn't tell
he
if he
didn't
kept
keep
everything
power,
or...
right?
No, he kept overgrowth. Sorry, the way that HS replay lines it up, it makes it looks like he kept Power of the Wild, but he kept the overgrowth.
Right.
Gotcha.
This is a strong start for the hunter, but we also see quite the hand for the druid here.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that Worthy expedition, because we were talking about it earlier, and we have
Done.
very dissonant opinions.
We did.
Yeah. So like I think it's not worth it. Like I think you'd rather just play something that does the same thing every time. It's like playing one extra mana for a choose one card every time.
Right.
But I'm really curious why Mike V didn't just Breath of Dreams there and chose to coin out the overgrowth.
Yeah, I think he wanted to have 6 for something, I guess?
I think he just wanted to have more options because he was probably thinking to himself, okay, if I play the Breath of Dreams now, cool, but then if I play Overgrowth next turn, I'm not really going to have any kind of follow-up. So he probably thought, well, maybe this turn I'll play Breath of Dreams and I'll have something else I can do in addition, just, more possible plays at my disposal.
Mm-hmm.
And he does in a certain way get to accomplish that with all these cards, but it's still looking a bit rough for now until he can actually get something going. So basically, what do you think is the optimal way to clear this off here? Do you think it should be the
I won.
putting the Thelmaw into it?
I want to put the 5 face. I like this as well. I also could see just playing the Rot Nest and using the Ooze. But I think that this pushes the most damage right now and is probably the best, because then you have Scavenger's Ingenuity to clear off something big. That is lethal unless he picks up something to clear.
I was going to say, I think he had to play the Worthy Expedition there.
Yeah, probably. Get an Ancient of War that doesn't get cleared off by an active Rocknest Drake. Might be the only out there.
Yeah, I don't think this would have actually mattered at all, but I think he needed to innervate, instead of playing the Worthy Expedition, innervate the Power of Wild and give that the Iron Mark.
And that closes it for Dusharmo. Really strong display here from the Highlander Hunter side, which surprises me as not a fan of the deck.
I think Worthy Expedition may not have necessarily gotten him what he needed, but I think there would have been several cards there that would have been useful to him, especially if he had gotten a Starfall or something.
Yeah.
I think you're thinking for Overflow. Yeah, that heals me up, but in this, when you see how much damage is on board, you kind of realize it doesn't really matter too much.
Right.
Hello, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Congratulations on the match. How
you.
did it feel?
Felt bittersweet because Mike is my teammate in Legacy, and we're smashing it there, and he's smashing it there. So I was really worried that he was gonna kick my butt, which I know he can. So
Yes.
the last 2 games he just had. I wasn't looking, but he had terrible draws. Couldn't deal with anything. And that last Hunter game, I had the best opener, I think, or one of the best openers. So
Pretty much.
Pretty much everything you would ideally want against Spell Druid.
yeah. Well, the only thing I didn't have was a 1-drop, but I was happy with the weapon and that 2 mana card. The Beast is really important in that matchup.
Yeah.
You get that on 1, you win most of the time. 2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mike V is also here. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. This was quite the match. I think, we all sighed when we noticed there was going to be a Druid mirror. Nothing is as awful to play through as a Druid.
Oh yeah. I'm really frustrated with Druid lately. I don't even know why I bring it.
Dude, did you see that the first druid match I played with you? I had 1 minion in my hand and 3 others in the deck, and I discarded 2 of them
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god.
versus
I
your
think it
hunter.
balanced out though, considering what happened the following game.
Yeah, it did, but still.
I mean, I was afraid of a repeat of what happened in Legacy.
What was that?
The triple
was just-
burn.
Oh god.
Yeah. Just anything but that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was terrible. But yeah, like the last 2 games, my draws were just not great. I mean, in the Druid Mirror, I was considering playing Glowfly Swarm on turn 4, and then I just didn't have lethal on turn 5, so I didn't, and then he beat me to it. You know, he had the Glowfly Storm double Savage Roar, so I just that was that. And then in game 4 game 4, I had nothing. You know, I had no removal, no nothing. So he just stacked it up and destroyed me. So
Yeah. I think it
Yeah.
was an interesting game to watch, at least from here, because usually you think the druid being super favored against a hunter, and we actually saw the opposite take place twice.
Yeah, I think it comes down to if the hunter can have early game. If the hunter has early game, I think the hunter is in a good position because the hunter kind of if a hunter has early game, it kind of lines up its lethal with the turns that the druid starts going off. So if you can get that early game, you can time that and beat the druid to when it goes off. Yeah, if Mike had a hand there, he was on turn 7. If he had the beast, what do you call it, the stable master or whatever, the 7 mana girl.
yeah,
If he had that and then some damage spells in his hand and plus a taunt on it, it would have been hard for me to reach because I don't run, like he ran kill command in his deck, and if he didn't run kill command in his deck, he probably wouldn't have gotten through mine, and I didn't run kill command, so it would have been really hard for me to get through it. So it's like he was like 1 turn off from blocking me out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that and that's the way those druid matchups are. And once I had Glowfies on board, that was kind of the druid mirror matchup is just that whoever gets on board first, whoever can create the biggest board is what it goes at. So unfortunately, druid mirrors are not the funnest to watch.
Well,
yeah.
I think you get to learn a lot from some of the others, though.
Yeah, true. And I also had double ramp in my druid as well, so that kind of helped me too.
Yeah. So here's an interesting question for both of you. I want to ask, how did you guys feel about the Demon Hunter nerf?
I personally, I thought it would be, a worse nerf, but so I didn't bring Demon Hunter at all this week, and it doesn't seem to have affected the deck much at all. Yeah.
Go for it.
No, I think I'll be bringing Demon Hunter next week. You know what I mean? So yeah, go ahead.
My experience with it is that I think what it does is you kind of have to change your idea of how Twin Slice works. You can't focus on Twin Slice being sort of an activator for your early game minions to create other minions, make boards wider. You can use it as like a control tool. Like versus Hunter, I was thinking, okay, I'm kept it in my opening hand because if he plays something on 2, I can Twin Slice and kill it and make my dude bigger and still buff up my 1/2, which is kind of what happens. So it adds a lot, and it adds more damage. So I think it's still a versatile card. I think Demon Hunter you have to view that differently. If you know what I mean? How that card works.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I think this is around the time that we were expecting for questions. Does anyone have any less questions? And do you guys, especially Dusharmo, since Mike is staying here for the next match, do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, shout out to my team. I know JR, you're facing your team again. It always seems to be that way, but shout out to my team. We're up 4 games right now, and we really need it to get into the playoffs. We're on the heels of trying to get there in our pro team, so we really need to push these last few weeks to get there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is looking strong for the Unknown. If you didn't watch Heart Center this week, I think the Unknown is looking super strong, and they just need a few more weeks to try to break into the top 4. And there are still 2 more weeks in pro after this one, so a lot of exciting action still to come.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for having me on, and you guys have some fun.
Our pleasure.
Pleasure. I'll thank Dusharmo one more time for joining. JR and I will be stepping away for some wild special casters here.
I'm not wild enough, apparently.
Well, we wanted people who present the wild show here as
No,
well.
I'm kidding. It's fine. No, it's I'm just making a joke. No, I am definitely I'm definitely going to be watching the match, but we will I'll let the professionals take this on. Though it has been fun to at least learn more about Wild from assisting with people like NHL Fan and so forth. So you guys enjoy. I'm sure it'll be a fun match between some Titan Wild players.
Oh yeah, and this is quarterfinals, I believe, for Wild series. So
It is.
this is going to be really exciting for everyone. I think everyone involved is just super happy to see this happening, and I think it's quite the good match. I don't watch Wild, and Based, Mike V, and NHL and J Fan are going to be giving you all the scoop about it. Yeah, with that, I'll be here just in an OP capacity, and I'll let Baze take over.
All right. So I stepped away for a little bit. What's that? Oh, bye, JR. Thank you
just
for casting with us.
letting you take over whenever you're ready for Wild. Thank you one more time. Thank you, JR. Thank you, Dusharmo. Thank you, Mike V. And thank you, Baze, for joining me.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Yeah.
Well, we got Memnarch for the Power Creeps, taking on Mike Lowe for Wild THL Fanatics in the 1 seed. Currently, Power Creeps lead the series 4-0, but that the exact points don't matter. At this point, it's just win 2 matches, you advance in playoffs. So we are still waiting on bans, but for Memnarch, he is brought to the Quest Mage, Reno Priest, Malygos Druid, and Mecha'thun Warlock. Mike V has Secret Mage, Reno Priest, Mecha'thun Warlock, and Mech Paladin. So Mike V, what are you thinking about these classes?
Yeah, so Mecha'thun Warlock on both sides. It's a fast deck, but it can get eaten up by Quest Mage there. I'm surprised that both of them brought Mecha'thun Warlock to me. I mean, Quest Mage, Reno's Priest, those are pretty standard. Mech Paladin, I think Mech Paladin will be also an issue for Memnarch if he doesn't ban it. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough match, depending on the bans.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that. We will update you when those come in. But welcome to NHL NJ Fan 1. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
What's up?
Yeah, y'all ready to?
The deck list with you guys, and I think it's going to come down to the Reno Priest mirror. Actually, looking at it, because they both bought a lot. Like Memnarch has a full combo lineup, correct? And
Yes.
Mike Lowe kind of has a similar thing going on. The only difference being Mech Paladin over Malygos Druid.
Yes.
And I think that Paladin is going to be able to get a win over, say the Druid or the Mage if it's not banned. So
yeah, that was my theory that I was going to be banned, but yeah.
Yeah, I really think that it's gonna, because Secret Mage also should do fairly well against the combo decks. Priest it's a little unfavored against, and Memnarch could exploit that if he queues and anticipates Mike Lowe's queues properly. But I'm unsure if we'll be able to see that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to the Reno Priest mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I really think the Mech Paladin's gonna get banned because that's gonna be tough for the combo deck, especially Mali Druid.
Because although Mech Paladin is really a challenge for that Druid and Mage deck, Priest does fairly well, and so does Mecha'thun Warlock. So Memnarch has a few options here in terms of what he'll want to ban. It's going to be hard to say. I see Memnarch has his banned in, and Mike Lowe is considering his.
Yeah. I just messaged Memnarch. He got a communication from Mike Lowe on Discord, but still no Mike Lowe online yet. So we might be waiting a little bit here.
Okay.
So because you're saying it's likely to go to the Reno Priest mirror, do you give any nod to Memnarch being someone who pioneered multiple lists?
So
or is it just
anyone
Raza Anduin?
yeah, whoever gets Raza and Anduin online first basically wins the match. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
In Wild. Really, it's unfortunately one of the least skillful mirrors in the game right now. I know for a fact that we saw it last week with my teammate Itachi's match, where he got down to the Arena Priest mirror and lost because he didn't get Raza and Anduin before his opponent.
Yeah, that is pretty much it. We kind of talked about that with the Druid. It feels similar to those. There's like a few of those matchups that pop up here and there where it's just, did you do your thing first? Okay, that's it. Game over.
Yeah, the Reno Priest mirror is the most well-known one, I'd say. Most other mirrors are pretty, in Wild at least, are pretty skill testing. Things like the Pirate Warrior mirror can be difficult.
Yes.
The Demon Hunter mirror, even the Quest Mage mirror. Usually, when it comes to that Quest Mage mirror, the better player will win, regardless of whether they're on coin or not, even though you are favored when you're on coin. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this will definitely come to how each player queues, I think, and whether it gets down to that Priest mirror.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, my question is with the Secret Mage bring. I've heard some players, not you in particular, so you might just completely disagree with this, but they say a lot of the skill testing part for playing Secret Mage is for your opponent, where like, how well do they know how to play around the secrets? Because if you don't draw Alaneth, the deck is quite beatable, right? If they never really get tripped up any secrets. If you're not playing a board-based deck that gets the Flak Mage just destroying you. So like, Memnarch's not playing any board-based decks, so if he's able to navigate the secrets and dodge Alaneth, like, does that become a liability for Mike Lowe?
Mike Lowe does have a little bit of flexibility, actually. He knows Memnarch is playing Malygos Druid, and he can target Memnarch's Aviana potentially with explosive runes. So there is a little bit of skill testing there. And as for the Mecha'thun Warlock matchup, he has the same thing there, both with explosive runes and counterspell. When counterspell goes off, the spell doesn't count for Kael'thas. So it could mess things up for Memnarch depending on how many spells he holds.
Yeah.
So while you are right, that usually the skill testing comes from the opponent, these matchups in particular allow the mage to show a little bit of skill testing as well.
Yeah. I mean, like, I guess if you're, if you're the druid and, they do have both explosive runes, you have to burn it on your Geppetto and your Sathrbar, or maybe even just Kael'thas. But yeah, I can see that being really tricky for the druid to navigate.
Yeah, it's going to depend a lot on what Memnarch pulls from Geppetto, and if he even needs Geppetto in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he just gets there too quickly.
Right.
So we're still waiting on Mike Lowe's band to populate. He might have already put it in, but they are both now online. You both have everyone added, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
So I do think something interesting is we already see that 2 of the Green Conference teams have already advanced, and
Correct.
with this one, if Memnarch wins, that's 3 guaranteed in, and we had some issues with ours, and it Memnarch bans Mage. Oh, it looks like bans are in.
Bans Mage, huh?
That's not too surprising to me, actually. Like I said, that Secret Mage can be very tricky for both the Druid and the Warlock to navigate around.
Yeah, very true.
Michael
And
banned Priest.
yeah,
Huh.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Very unusual. I'm not surprised Memnarch decided to go with the Mage ban. He could have gone with Mage or Paladin, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Michael going Priest. I'm curious to see what his strategy here is, because Mechathune Warlock's best matchup is Priest.
yeah.
And his other decks can also steal games from that Priest deck. So, very interesting.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that one. So with the bans, how do you think that this is going to shape up then?
I think Memnarch has the straight up advantage now, because that Priest deck is going to really hold Mike Lowe back. Something to note, Mike Lowe does run Rat. So he's going to be praying that Rat saves him in at least one game. It's going to need to be used either during the Warlock or Druid matchup. There's not really much he's going to be able to hit against Quest Mage. Maybe he'll get lucky and hit a Mana Cyclone on turn 2, which is a valid play, despite most people thinking Rat on 2 is bad. Aiming for Mana Cyclone on 2 is something you do. If not, maybe he can try to wait until the late game or mid game and pull a Giant to kill it and slow down Memnarch a little bit. But it's going to be very difficult for him.
Yeah, I've played against Mike Lowe's Reno Priest deck, and he runs a. We talked about this on the Wild Show, actually.
We did.
Mike Lowe's Reno Priest deck kind of has that Jack of all trades feature. You know, he has it set up to, just counter everything a little bit of like with one card each. He has that Dirty Rat. He has Gluttonous Ooze. He has what's it called? Geist. Yep, he has Geist. So the Rat. When I actually played Mike Lowe and I had Malik Druid, and he pulled something against me and it ruined my game. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. So it looks like the players are ready. If we're ready to get started. Yeah.
All right.
So I believe we're going to have. Lotus never answered who's going to be on top and bottom. But I'm going to go ahead and send them the green light with Memnarch on the bottom.
All right.
All right. So very exciting. Could determine if Wild THL Fanatics are out of the playoffs.
Mike Lowe is going to really need this.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, this is a do or die. And I, as someone who played Memnarch last week, I don't think you want to be in the do or die situation against Memnarch.
Not at all.
And what were our picks on the Wild Show, NHL? I think we both picked Mike Lowe for this match.
I think so, which is funny because Mike Lowe was even scared because he looks up to Memnarch as a mentor.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that it's just a nice, fun game for them. I mean, like getting to play a mentor has to be really exciting,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, these are two excellent players.
It looks like we are in.
We have Warlock versus Paladin first.
Yep.
All right. So, I mean, it feels like without a Plague of Flames, it could really slip away from the Warlock pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Mike Lowe has the Grime Street Outfitter in hand, but not Christology.
I
will fight with honor. Your
And he
soul
gets it.
Oh,
shall
let's get the
rise.
Christology.
Not the Christology.
And the Galvanizer. Wow.
Mike Lowe is just ready to pop off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Memnarch does have solid ways to answer, boards that don't get too out of control.
Move quickly.
Things like Divine Shield, or if Mike Lowe does a good job of playing around Defile, this could get really tricky for Memnarch.
Double Grime Street Outfitter.
Side effects? No.
Yeah, you imagine you go with the Grime Street Outfitter on turn 2.
And the Flying Machine.
Yeah, this is looking like it could get rough.
Memnarch is really going to need that Plague of Flames soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could even might be able to get away with if you pick up Dark Skies, if you have the double Fellbolt to clean up whatever gets left over.
Oh my god.
This is just going to be dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I spoke too
for
much.
Mike Lowe.
Is he, he's going to double Grime Street Outfitter. I was thinking.
I
was thinking
I do
Galvanize.
like this. He can take it a little slow and then just go wide the next turn.
True.
Ah.
True.
It's likely that this outfitter gets cleared anyway. And
Converting stored energy.
Mike Lowe choosing to play the Glowtron. Doesn't want to float any mana, it seems.
Yeah. And he might be baiting removal.
Yeah. I really like deciding to just get a tap in there because you have the Plague of Flames now, right?
I like it as well. I also like that. Well, I just want to say, Memnarch's hand is looking really good now. He has both Plague of Flames and Hemet. Hemet will pretty much defeat his deck and speed up his combo by up to 2 turns.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Emmett could complicate things.
is there ever do you just go in on this board?
It's tough to go in because if Memnarch has that 1 health minion, then you risk getting everything cleared.
He's going in.
He is going in.
Move quickly.
He's going to keep his Flying Machine alive with the single buff. That is a very big Wind Fury minion.
So you
Yeah.
can clear the board, can you? Because if you go this, it's 2, and then you can go, yeah. So you can get a full clear here, right? Other than the 2/1, the 2/1s.
I wonder.
Don't
If you go Felble on the 3/4, Defile, play your 1-drop, coin your Plague. That's everything.
That's not everything. That leaves 2 minions up for Plague of Flames, so it's possible that you miss.
Oh yeah, because this the Galvanizer. That's right. I missed that. Okay. I mean, so you just do you take this damage? You have the other Plague of Flames.
I think it's worth taking going for the plague. You know,
I think it's
not
safe
letting
for the Plague as well.
Yeah, because he's choosing not to.
Decides not to
Because-
go for the Plague.
This is what I was worried about. You know, getting something to build that flying machine and getting too much damage to recover from.
Yeah, I don't know what Memnarch strategy here is going to be.
Oh, he gets direct plague.
Well,
Unless he plays the Annoy module separately. And he could be hero power also. But
Well, he can only do one.
yeah, you can only do one.
yeah, he can only do one, but I'm saying, you know, one or the other.
Yeah, I think if you're not going to attach it, the hero power is going to be better. Because then you connect twice, and then if your flying machine's still up, Annoy module on it finishes the game.
I don't think this extra 4 damage really matters right now.
No.
Yeah.
Sinking him to 16 will present lethal. He can hold the Annoy module for another magnetic attack.
There you go.
Chooses to play it on the side.
Alright, Memnarch. He's one turn off of Hemet.
He's got to play here.
Yeah, he's got a plague here.
Job's done.
Did your army.
We got a
30
game.
high roller.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. He's not out of the woods yet, right? Like that's pushing 6 or 9.
7.
I can't count 7. 7 damage. That's
Yeah.
2 turn lethal.
I wonder. Reporting for duty.
Memnarch is going to need some sort of defile shenanigans to get out of this one now.
Yep.
Do you tap first?
You
I don't
have
think
to tap.
Choice, yeah. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Oh, well.
He opts to go for the plot twist first, which means he misses an extra chance, or 2 extra chances at defile.
Yeah.
Doesn't pull it.
I hope you like my invention.
You win this time.
That'll be
Yeah.
it for Memnarch. Paladin takes it.
Mike Lowe takes game 1.
I mean, was there any real concern about the Paladin getting through this combo lineup?
No. No, I
Okay.
think I was gonna pick up a win no matter what.
Agreed.
Yeah, it'd be really hard for, the mage to stop that, or the druid to stop that, particularly the druid, because it's not running naturalize.
Naturalized
Yeah.
or poison seeds.
Yeah. Oh, it does not have poison seeds. So, what are we expecting? Likely a priest queue, or do you think it's time that the Mechathoon Warlock comes out?
I think Mechathoon Warlock is going to give Mike Lowe his best chance.
And I would maybe guess a Quest Mage from Memnarch.
I can see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't run the Mechathune Warlock again. Right away. I don't know. I mean, he has Priest. The possibility of Priest coming out, Mechathune Warlock isn't an awful choice, but
All right, we're seeing exactly what we thought.
Jane
Yep.
versus Mecha Jaraxxus.
Memnarch's hand is looking a little clunky.
Yeah.
with
You
this.
asked
He
for
has
You-
Book of Specters, but you don't really want to rip on 2, but it looks like you might have to,
yeah.
along with an Arcane Giant. Mike Lowe, meanwhile, has the plot twist and Hemet. If I were him, I'd keep that. You want
Yeah.
to just combo as fast as possible.
Okay, I was about to ask about keeping the plot twist, and then I remembered that you pop a plot twist with the Hemet if you don't have it. So yeah, I see what you're saying now. Do you keep anything else?
I think keeping the Mistress is fine because you want something to play on 1.
I don't think Dark Skies was a bad keep either.
Yeah, Dark Skies is the most debatable keep.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that you just want draw. You just want
Is
to
it-
cycle.
But like, what about like a Flame Walker, Flame Waker? Is it ever a consideration that you're keeping it just so you have an answer to that?
You have a few answers to Flame Waker, though. There's sometimes Defile Shenanigans, and you have Plague of Flames, like we see
Yeah.
Mike Lowe drawing here.
I was just curious if it's like okay, how do I lose this game when I already have Hemet and Plot Twist? You're like, what's the chances? So like, you're just saying I'm gonna have this in hand ready to go if a Flame Waker comes down early and threatens me.
Yeah, you're right. That's likely Mike Lowe's thinking with this. I like that Memnarch goes with Book first.
Yeah.
Discards a magic trick.
Job's done.
Yeah, I think it's
okay.
been a little less common. So like, a couple metas ago, what you really wanted to play your quest with your Cyclone, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So like,
Correct.
it's that same kind of idea where like, especially you have a play on 1, you have a play on 2, so he's choosing to do that, and like say you pick up Cyclone, maybe you wait, and so you can go Magic Trick something else with your quest and then get a tick there, because it doesn't really matter for mana purposes.
Yeah, you don't need to play that quest on 1.
Computing.
Just running out the ooze, or you running out Blood Mage, or you tapping?
Go with Ooze. Picking tempo.
Tempo and hand space.
He doesn't really need hand space just yet. He has a coin. He has Thalnos.
Of course it's the right way.
Draws a little draw.
I think we're going to see Mike Lowe go in a little bit here.
I think the tap makes sense.
Oh, I'm going for a little bit.
All right, and there's our guest.
Memnarch going with the apprentice.
Not choosing to play Flame Waker though.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. That's what I assumed was going to come down.
Yeah, he's going for Mana Cyclone instead, I believe.
Which isn't, you know, that makes sense too. Trying to get to that combo as early as possible.
Absolutely.
Beat out.
I like this a lot. You don't have to pressure the Warlock. You don't have to pressure its life total. It's if it heals, it heals. It's never going to armor up. You're always going to get there with Giant, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Memnarch really pulling a lot of good spells there, though.
Must destroy.
Molten Reflection, Evocation to finish his quest. Michael doesn't know, but this is looking really bad for him.
Yes.
Must destroy.
Lowe drawing the loot border.
Run down. Must destroy.
Mind if I roll knee?
My hand is too full.
Memnarch overdraws an Elemental Evocation, but I don't think he really cares.
No, not with all the spells in hand.
Looks like he's gonna go for Flame Waker here.
Job done.
Get down that Spellbender as well.
So
Alright. Mike will draw some draw. Oh, go ahead, Base. I'm sorry.
So who exactly pioneered this new Mechathune list?
Actually, it was.
I hope you like my invention.
It was figured out by a few people.
Okay.
Yeah, I spoke to a bunch of people that I know in the WoW community, and we all thought about it and realized that Dorian with Kael'thas is still a thing. Because originally you used Dorian to get your combo off a turn faster with Blood Bloom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then we realized with the Kael'thas print that the Cataclysm with another spell would be free. And therefore, Mechathune would be fine. I don't remember exactly who thought of it, but there were definitely a few of us. I know Memnarch and I considered it. A few wild streamers spoke about it. I'm sure plenty of other players within THL have thought about it. Like probably Danny Donuts, Craig of Canada. This was something that most of the WoW community as a whole thought about and figured, yeah, this could work.
Okay.
And I know the Dorian list without Kael'thas has been around, even
What
when
to
the Blood
do?
Boom list
What
was
to
around.
do?
It was just not the popular pick.
I mean, so to me, this looks like a pretty awkward turn where I'm almost considering trying to get a little bit of space and then just going evocation.
Yeah, Memnarch's hand is a little awkward.
Runs out on me.
I mean, or did you go a little bit slower and right here you just go like a dragon's breath?
I think you go with Dragon's Breath.
Maybe. Do you dump a giant as well?
You can.
You have enough pretty handedly, and it sets up for a huge evocation turn.
Yeah, I like dropping it here.
Yeah, putting on a lot of pressure.
Mike Lowe's
Like
in a really awkward spot.
So
a lot of his draw options here.
it's game over if Evocation gives him 2 1-cost spells, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because worst case scenario, you go the Giants, and then the following turn, Flamewaker, Molten Reflection, almost any other spell, and that's enough damage even through like maybe Reno shenanigans.
Yeah.
And you're forcing them to respond this turn instead of.
This is looking like a Dark Skies turn more and more.
Yeah. So something I was curious about is Michael chose not to play Hemet on 6.
Yeah.
He really.
He has the Solarian block.
I did not like that turn from Mike Lowe. He had a chance to clear several ways. He had 2 unstable fill bolts, 2 Dark Skies, and it seems like he kind of
Game.
under the pressure.
Oh, just 1. I forgot Evocation was generated. Yeah, that's the game.
That will be the game. We see 2 Giants drop down now, and that'll be it for Mike Lowe.
Yep.
1-1.
Yeah, those are the 2 that we kind of expected. So, we talked about it might be a Reno Priest mirror, but could it be a Mechathune mirror that's going to decide this? Or maybe not, because the Priest? I'm really curious.
Mally Druid shouldn't. The Dirty Rat and the Priest is the one concern with Mally Druid, but other than that, Mally Druid shouldn't have too much trouble with Reno Priest.
Well, he does have the Geist too, so if you're a little bit slow to get it going and they can get down a Geist, like, it's going to be a little bit tougher to burn them out if you don't have the spells in hand.
Yeah, true. But you can complete with 2 Moonfire.
Yeah, you have the Moonfires, you have the multiple Infestation, and he does play the Sathravar, so you could really make the Moonfires deal a ton of damage.
And here is actually the Druid Priest matchup right now.
I think we're going to see 2 hard mulligans here.
Yeah, because you're just looking for your combo pieces. As both of, well, not combo pieces as Memnarch. You're looking for draw and ramp.
Yes.
And you're looking for combo pieces as Mike Lowe.
Yeah, rat and combo pieces. Zephyrs does nothing here.
No.
Okay. I'm not sure why keeping the Forbidden Words, what you're expecting, to come out early.
There's nothing that really comes out early.
Yeah,
I think he's hoping to hold it for Dirty Rat.
Oh, yeah. So if you Dirty Rat and you pull anything, you can immediately clear it?
Correct.
Yeah.
I like the file project from Memnarch.
And
you don't really care about the Priest ramping because he's just not going to draw as fast.
Yeah, you've got Overgrowth in hand. You've got Cyclone. So I'm interested in why there's no armor up and hero power. Is it just it won't matter? So why bother with the energy?
Basically, I think Memnarch just kind of was like, ramp, ramp, ramp. I don't need to protect my face. I just need to kill him first.
Yeah.
So, I mean, over the next 2 turns, like, Memnarch has all the minions that he'll need.
I think
he has all the minions he needs.
He chooses to go Psych.
he still has the coin.
He's going to coin
Could have gone Japan.
until he gets to 10 mana. He's going to need that coin.
Yeah.
True. Oh, and he draws Anduin.
Okay.
Man,
So he has all combo pieces in hand. He just needs some low-cost cards to combo with.
Your wish is my suggestion.
I don't know if I like that. Oh, actually.
he's trying to put as much pressure as he can because the only way he's going to win from here is pressure.
I mean, we know that, so you see they have 2 or 3 cards in hand that are not potentially combo pieces, but that is one of them.
That King Mukwa could also have filled out Memnarch's hand in next turn, not this
No
turn.
more niceties.
This game is far from over. Memnarch still doesn't have any burn.
Yeah.
He needs 2 burn spells to win the game. For those watching with Kel'Thas, Memnarch does need 3 spells. He only has 1 right now with coin, so he won't be able to combo with Ultimate Infestation if he wants to. He'll need 1 more spell to do that. It might prove difficult.
Not what he's looking for. Or it could be what he's looking for.
No, I think that
Exactly.
well, he's.
Is there a lethal here?
I don't think there's.
Let's see. Don't believe there's lethal. So Mike Lowe can clear 1 Spirit
Potion
with
Madness.
his Emperor. Then Shadow Reaper Anduin. Ping. Potion of Madness. Ping again.
One off.
Clear.
He can,
So he's
Yes,
one off
he's
lethal.
1 off. He's 1 off, correct. Let's see if he can find it.
Wait, is
oh,
that's
they,
that's lethal? No, because you gotta
Yeah, that is
forbidden
no
where it's at. Yeah, I don't think it's time. Is he trying to not show it and just lethal next turn?
Yeah, this is
Because now I can
guaranteed
play both.
next turn,
Yeah.
I believe.
My winged children fill the skies.
And then you ultimate infestation into
Nope, we're gonna see Sathravar come down on the Coon, and that'll refresh his mana crystals a bit, set things up.
oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Right.
And then
Yeah, we're gonna see Sathravar on Coon. and
Geppetto.
gain a bit of... Correct. He's gonna Geppetto, get
and
some armor, and then possibly UI.
well, like
Yeah,
let's say UI picks up both Moonfires,
yeah.
and or like a Moonfire innervate and like things like the Living Roots. Like you could have just gone every 3 spells and went off with Kel'Thas. Yeah, so if he'd gone off, like that would have been so that's 9,
This
18.
is lethal.
Damn, that's after
Yeah.
Good idea.
The light has betrayed me.
Yeah, it wouldn't have won the game. But you could have.
Yeah, I wanted to see Memnarch go for the Sathovar line, really.
Yeah.
I
He
think
could have
getting
gained another 10 health.
he could have gotten 20 armor
He could, yeah.
because he had Geppetto.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking like you still go off with the Kael'thas and stuff, and try and see if you just win the game, and then last.
Go off on Kael'thas.
Well, if you pick up a Moonfire, because you've already played 2 spells. You played Coin and Infestation. So your next spell that you draw is free. So you can go free spell, and then if you get another 0 cost and like a 1, then you can go for another free spell.
He couldn't play Kael'thas until after the 3rd spell because Ultimate Infestation was 10.
Yeah, you couldn't have.
Well,
you couldn't have done.
No, so you play that. You play out your hand. You then drop Kun to refresh after playing Kael'thas. So now you have 10 mana, and you go off with Ultimate Infestation.
Oh, okay.
I see where you're coming from now. Okay.
Yeah.
Was there board space for that?
There was more possibilities than what.
Ooh, that's also a question.
Yeah, because Ultimate Infestation was only the 2nd spell.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like, there was board space, is what Lotus says. Well, so you have
There was no
3,
second spell in hand.
5.
So regardless of what he got, that 3rd spell was just going to be whatever.
Yeah. So you couldn't have played Geppetto with that combo. So you wouldn't have been able to draw the other Kun, but you could have tried to go off and win the game right there. But that was because, Mike Lowe hid the Anduin and was able to lethal from hand, and so Memnarch didn't feel that sense of urgency.
Class is in session.
True.
Side effects? No.
All right. Well, we have a 2-1 Mike Lowe lead with Mecha'thun Warlock left for Mike Lowe and Mally Druid and Mecha'thun Warlock left for Memnarch.
Things are looking good for Memnarch. He's got Overgrowth, Pedo, and Psych Melon in hand already.
Yeah. Not to mention the branching paths as well.
Yep,
Yeah.
for extra draw.
Branching Pass never hurts.
Get you that burn that you were missing from the last game.
Although Mike Lowe's hand's not bad either.
Must destroy.
He's got 3 draw cards. He's got his plot twist.
Yeah. You're digging for your Hemet as quick as possible, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Hemet is the only out against Memnarch right now.
I hope you like my invention.
Not sure how I feel about playing Novice on 2 instead of tapping.
Yeah, I like the tap.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when I play Mecha'thun Warlock, I usually would save Novice for 4.
Agreed.
Yeah. Standard's having the same discussion with Quest Warlock. Is it better to tap or is it better to questing on 2? And I think most of the time it's tap. There's considerations with hand space, but
yeah,
I think with the coin and with other things you can drop, you're not too concerned with the hand space.
Yeah, as long as you're tapping as much as possible in the early game, you can usually get there with Mecha'thun Warlock by turn 10 almost every time. I can't remember the last time I didn't get to turn 10 with combo.
Yeah.
Playing Mecha'thun.
Double draw.
I like seeing that.
He has a lot of combo pieces in hand.
Yeah, do you want any, the only one you really want is the Dollmaster and Plot Twist. That's what you need to go off, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you have
with Mecha'thun. You need Solarium also.
Solarium, yeah, so you can have 3 cards left in deck when you go off.
Yeah.
I think Mike Lowe is considering coin tap here.
You stay at the precious 8 cards in hand.
Decides
I like
against
it. could be setting up to coin Solarium Plot Twist.
Yeah, that would be the combo.
I think playing Kobold is pretty nice here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think definitely a Kobold, and then depending on what you get, attack.
Well, if you go coin Plot Twist Solarium and you dig out your Hemet, that's Hemet on curve. Like in my mind, I'm like, I gotta go fast here, right?
Yeah, that's the easiest way to just speed things up, and it looks like Mike Lowe is going to go for it.
I like it.
There you go.
Well, you can't, but
anyways, yeah.
Well, he discards it if he doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Yep, he has to.
It looks. The only bummer is now the Plot Twist is in the deck, but he didn't pick up the. So this grabs a 1-mana Malygos and Aviana. That is quite a bit of burn.
Yeah, that's
gross. We're gonna see
there it is
on curve too.
Hemet on curve, but it might not be good enough.
No, it's.
So that could be a 16 damage Moonfire.
Must destroy.
Well, he does have Kael'thas, and he's got Innervate, Moonfire.
Yeah, I don't. So the board space looks like this 1, 2.
Yeah, I think this is lethal turn 9 for Memnarch.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets the
you have
Aviana
board space.
down, he goes down. Plays Kael'thas.
You don't even
gets the second and third Mali on board.
You don't even need Coon.
No. And you just Moonfire, Innervate, and drop UI. That'll be lethal.
Yep.
And he's clearing space for
him. 20 damage UI, by the way.
I cannot hold
20
any more
damage
cards.
UI, disgusting.
Yes.
My winged children fill the skies.
Oh, here we go.
It's gotta be the worst feeling for Michael seeing that Aviana come down.
Yeah, the 1-mana Aviana is just brutal.
Energy, power. My people are addicted to it.
Absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
That was turn 7, right?
Yes.
Turn 7, full board and 36 damage combo.
Actually, he had coins, so it was turn 6 for him.
Oh my bad, turn 6 then.
Wait, no. Mike Lowe had turned the coin.
Oh, you're right.
So turn 7 lethal with 36 damage.
I'm not sure if it's better that it was turn 7 over 6. It's not to me. That's not like a great victory, but it does come down to the quest or the quest, the Mecha'thun Warlock Mirror.
Yeah, I didn't say Reno Priest Mirror. I said Mecha'thun Warlock.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Lowe took that away from you when he banned the priest.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
every loss in this match has been Mecha'thun Warlock except for one loss.
Correct.
Your soul shall
This
be
is
mine.
interesting. This is gonna be quite a match.
Yeah.
Or-
I don't know about y'all, but I just got dropped from the spectator.
Oh no, I did.
Okay. Just making sure y'all had gotten into the match.
Things are looking good for Memnarch already. He has Hemet in the mulligan.
Hemet and plot twist.
No plot twist. Mike Lowe does
Oh.
have plot twist though.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think I may have come in after the mulligan has occurred because I have Memnarch on the bottom.
I wouldn't keep this gluttonous ooze.
Yeah, I'm not sure about keeping that ooze.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Okay. He did send the ooze away, and we see...
Hemet.
Oh, man. Both players are going to have Hemet on curve.
Mike Lowe has the turn 1 play. Kobold.
I like Librarian here.
Yeah, me too. I feel like with Mechaton Warlock, the first few turns just, they play out themselves.
The deck mostly plays itself. You just want to draw, draw, draw.
Yeah, it does,
Yeah, the nuance is coming from the aggro matchups and how you navigate those, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
See, I don't like playing Librarian over tapping here.
Side effects.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike, on that.
Trust me.
Because
like-
next turn you...
Filling the tap in, you have a curve.
Yeah, play it on 3.
Just tap, 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 as long as you can, every turn. Guarantee yourself that that plot twist, so you can play Hemet on turn 6.
Yeah, you're not gonna win with damage, so I don't know
I hope you like my invention.
what the idea is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah.
So for anyone wondering why Memnarch didn't tap there, had he tapped, he had the potential of overdrawing if Runic Egg died.
The ideal number of hand space, like, you want to be at 8 most of the time anyways. Like, that way you can start your turn by tapping. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, like,
Right.
you don't really want to end the turn at 9, which he effectively did with the Runic Egg. If you can avoid it.
Yes.
Yeah, the most difficult thing with Mexican Warlock in general is just maintaining your hand space.
Yes. Maybe he is going for the damage win here.
Did I miss a Zephyrus in Mike Lowe's deck?
No, there's no Zephyr. Oh,
with
because
that
you
kind
get
of
the
working.
little
You'd
bloodlust,
expect
little
Zephyr
savage
this
roar.
time. Yup.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Like, the minute that the Defile is drawn, the Smorking ends, though. So it's kind of...
Yeah. And I mean, it's all about that race to how many cards are left, Right now, Mike Lowe, is they're right on par. There's 17 cards left in Mike Lowe's deck. There's 18 cards left in Memnarch's deck.
So here's something interesting: is there's effectively 4 cards in Memnarch's deck once Hemet's played.
True.
Computing.
Where Mike Lowe would still have 1, 2. Ooh. He's got 3 left.
Oh.
Because... Oh, wait. Maybe I counted that wrong.
And I'm not liking
They both effectively have 3 left.
this play by Mike Lowe. I want to see more cycle from him.
Yeah, me too.
He
Maybe.
really needs that plot twist to ham it on 6. He knows he's on a clock.
Are you going Runic Blood Mage?
You're going
Or-
coin,
You're
Hemet.
going Coin Hemet?
Yeah.
So
Delete your deck.
what's
You already have what you need.
what's the spell you go off with? You can cast Plague of Flames without a board. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So that means in 3 turns you 100%. Actually, less than that because you go tap.
You don't even have to tap. You're just going in on
Job's done.
damage shenanigans now.
Because you can't.
Reno within your next 2 turns, heal back up and win the game.
So you're going off turn 8 here.
Yes. Yes, you can guarantee that turn 8 combo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that might just be the game because you can't hem it here as Mike Lowe.
yeah, this is why Mike and I really wanted to see more cycle from Mike Lowe.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just been
Computing.
doing this smart plan, and it's. I mean, he's been holding on to this Thalnos forever.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's holding on to it. He should just be going all in on cycling, guaranteeing that plot twist so that he could hem it safely.
Computing.
Now he's being forced to tap, though.
I think he's smart. Right? At this point, maybe that is the only out, is you kill them
Well,
with
now
board.
you know that he's going to get Reno, because Reno is online.
Yeah,
So Smorky does nothing.
but what else? You could hope
Yeah.
that Reno's the last card, and maybe you can get there with the Smork. But
Well, what Michael was hoping is now he has plot twist. He can hem it next turn and go off turn 8. Technically, he can go off first.
Let's see. Let's see if he does it.
He has to.
Yeah, I hope he's,
He has the combo.
you might be looking at the deck right now.
He's just going to need board space to do it.
Oh, I can't tell you. I've done that before.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be the tricky thing. He needs to guarantee that he gets both Mecha'thun and Kael'thas on the board so that he can combo with Cataclysm on turn 8.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, though, Hemet needs to be played this turn.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
you're fine. So right here, you Felbolt and then Felbolt, there's nothing to target. You just have to take the risk, right?
You do. This is the only way you have a chance at winning.
That's why you always cycle. You get rid of your minions like Novice Engineer. You get rid of, you're left with only your minions that are part of the combo.
I am almost out of cards.
So you always have room on board.
So Memnarch's just looking at board space right now. So probably a Reno Plague of Flames.
So many possibilities.
He's got Kael'thas.
No, you can't Plague of Flames. That's right.
He's got Ziliax. He's got
Really X Defile.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Plague of Flames is your combo activator. Oh, right. You,
Approaches its end.
Michael has a way of getting the board space guaranteed, I think.
so Go here.
He trades
Felbolt. Yeah, that's lethal.
Yeah, this is lethal. He goes unstable Felbolt now. Plays Dorian. Plot twist. And Cataclysm is lethal.
This one turned out nicely.
He has the room without.
Oh, but okay, if this Felbolt hits the Mechathune, or you just go Solarium. Never mind.
I want Solarium here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wait, oh, hold on.
Yeah, there's not much Memnarch can do here.
Nope.
It's unfortunate. He went second, so it was unlikely he could win if Mike Lowe got that Hammett off.
Yeah.
Mike Lowe taking this 3-2.
3-2. That was quite a match, I gotta say.
And that keeps Wild THL Fanatics alive. It's gonna come down to Dr. Bomb versus Jack.
He will.
Hold on, who's in the group? You know what? I think Mike Lowe might still be.
He is. So we can
in the group.
Ping him now.
Yeah, Mike Lowe enjoys being in the Schoolstone group.
You know what's crazy? Every time I'm in the Schoolstone group, I get added to the call like constantly. So I have to leave every time. I don't know why. One time you guys interviewed me, and I just kept getting added to this call over, and I was interrupting your stream. And yeah, I can't stay in this group.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why most people leave.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have talked to Mike, and he may be joining us to cast a few times upcoming. So everyone should look forward to that.
Yeah, he's a great personality.
Yeah.
We just had him on the Wild Nut, the show. So
this is definitely a great call.
Yeah, but you were right, Base. It came down to the Mechathune mirror, and it was a tight one.
Oh yeah. So you two are the cast of the Wild Show. So we're moving into semis next week. If you want to talk about your show for tomorrow, maybe give us some teasers on if you have a guest or not.
Yeah, Mike, you're the head of the show.
Guest so far is going to be a surprise, so I'm not gonna. I like to keep that a secret. I know I know it's the day before the show, but maybe I'm keeping it a secret because we're still working on it. I'm usually last minute with guests, but it's going to be an exciting show. We're going to be in the second round of the playoffs. We'll have the usual crew along with somebody else, hopefully. Memnarch, NHL fan, or NHL NJ fan 1, me, ItsMeMikeV, and
The light shall bring victory.
yeah, we'll be talking about this past week. We'll be making predictions for next week. We'll have power rankings. It's going to be exciting. We always have a good time, and we're pretty thorough on what we talk about. So if anybody's interested in THL Wild Series, definitely check it out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but I'm hoping we will find a fantastic guest. If anybody's actually interested who watched the stream, you can DM me, because we're pretty open about, although there is supposedly a guest curse.
Well, the curse is actually broken. Mike Lowe did win.
Oh,
Yo, the curse is gone.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Lowe, congrats on your win.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That was a great set. That was insane.
Fantastic. Well played from both sides.
Oh, most definitely. I knew this is like I was like thinking of like baseball. Like this is gonna be a set where, the first person making error is gonna slip. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't want to be that person because I know Memnarch is like top notch. So I knew this was gonna be like the hardest set in my life. So it was crazy. It went to a game 5. I was really surprised. What game was that? Game 3. I was able to get the priest over the Maliot druid.
Yeah, that was really close.
You drew your combo pieces early.
Yeah.
That's just the key with that priest.
Yeah. Can you walk us through your ban strategy? We were curious and really interested in the priest ban. Felt that was really unique.
All right, so the priest ban was a pure respect ban because I know Memnarch is like insane with priest with playing that machine gun combo.
True.
I've watched him play. I've listened to him cast on the games, and this dude literally will call like the plays 6 turns ahead, like how it's supposed to go in order. So I just didn't want to walk into that buzzsaw. Like I was just trying to show respect to that. I did not want to play him against him with that priest.
All
So
right.
shout out to Memnarch for real.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Yeah, I can too. Yeah.
I think the other thing we were discussing. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
No, I was gonna say, the other thing we were talking about was, the Mechathune match. You seem to be, choosing to toss minions out there and go face over, draw or tap sometimes, and we found that strategy interesting. But it worked out for you in the end. But for a minute there, we were thinking like, you're missing taps early in the game. You're missing draw, and we were worried for you. So what was the strategy there?
So somewhere in game 2 or game 3, I'm not talking about his skill level when I say this, but something made me feel like Memnarch sometimes didn't play as aggressive as he could have, or he didn't see something where I really felt behind. And maybe it could if he didn't have the cards I was thinking of. That could be the case too. So in this Mechathune mirror, I wanted to just put minions on the board, and while we were playing, I was literally counting up the cards I'm gonna need. Like I literally got my notebook right here. So we're gonna need the doll, we're gonna need the twist, and we're gonna need a 1-mana spell to activate the Kael'thas. So I was waiting for a turn 8. So when he played that coin early, I just wanted to keep putting minions on the board, remembering the earlier games and thinking that he would play more defensive and try to get him off his strategy of drawing. Not to say that he would ever get distracted from the ultimate goal, but I was just in my mind, I was just trying to think of like, let's just try to distract him a little bit since that coin is gone, and I'll get to turn 8 first. And I think in my head, I was thinking I might have messed up. Maybe I could have did the combo turn 7, but I just hit end turn, and I was like, let's see what happens. He didn't have anything turn 7.
That's actually a brilliant strategy, honestly.
Oh, hey, thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah.
I thought it was crazy, but I was like, let's go for it.
No, that's really deep. That's really deep.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, not to get deep, but it's Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's good. It's good. I like it. I'm happy you had like really good reasoning behind it. You know what I mean? Because we were wondering, and even NHL said maybe you have a Zephyrs in there and you're gonna try to Savage Roar, but
oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but that's yeah. NHL, were you gonna say the same thing I said, or? No.
Uh-oh.
NHL, where'd you go?
Hello, sorry, my bad.
NHL.
But I was trying to say, Mike, you covered all the bases. I think that was actually exactly what I was going to go on about, and you really covered that really thoroughly. So thank you. There's nothing else for me, I think. Base, do you have anything to add?
So my question is, when do Dr. Bomb and Jack play? Because that decides on who moves on.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. So I believe it is tonight at 11 p.m. It was supposed to be last night. Some things that came up in real life, so they had to postpone it. I saw in the Discord that Dr. Bomb spoke with Jack, and he said he was cool with it. I can check while we're talking live. If Dr. Bomb or Sheep isn't in chat right now, I'm not on Twitch.
I mean, well, we're 10 minutes ahead of chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry.
I mean,
totally forgot about
you
that.
could just see if they're on. But yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, I
that's
believe. Yeah, 11 p.m. tonight.
Very nice. It was a great win. My question is NHL mentioned that you really kind of like look up to Memnarch as a mentor. How is like that getting to just play against someone that you view in that role?
It was definitely very nerve-wracking, and as you guys can tell by all my descriptions and me pulling memory on this set, I had to take a lot of notes and make sure like every game was clean. I didn't look at it like game 5. I'm sorry, best out of 5. I literally just took it like one game at a time, because I knew if I tried to like think of a best of 5, if I was to fall down, I don't want to have that climbing up the mountain mentality. And on top of this, I played in two master tours yesterday and the WSOE, and I got dusted in all of them. So I already had a bunch of losing out of the way. So I was like, can I win something sometime? But yeah, it definitely feels good. Yeah, right. I had to get something somewhere. But to answer the question, it felt good. Definitely look up to Memnarch. He definitely helped me on my way to legend. Great coach. Everybody knows he's a great player. So I definitely don't take this win lightly, or I won't brag about it or talk trash. It was a great set.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I really want to know. I think that's one of the great things about THL is that community, and where there's a lot of players who are just really, like Eggo Waffles competing top legend, and he's made it to day 2, of the WSOE or the second weekend. And it's just really fun getting to have that community and that sense of like, this is somebody who maybe taught you something or something like that. And I think it's just really fun to get to voice how that feels.
Yeah, it's great. One last thing I'll say before you guys end. Memnarch is a genius with bans, because I feel like he knew I was gonna ban his priest, so then he like banned my mage, and then going into like every game, I just feel like I knew what he was gonna queue, and I was worried about the lineup. Except for the first one, I was glad about that. But I was just like, damn, this guy is like a genius with bans, because I know he plans like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool to see it, but also scary to play against it. Like I had to stay focused. Like, don't be a fan. Like, you got to play this guy now after all these months. So it was cool.
Yeah, that's a great strategy.
But thanks for having me on, guys. This was fun. I kept my streak alive. I'm undefeated on THL streams.
Yeah, well done.
Hey,
this league is
great.
It's a cool series.
League format series, so that we don't get arrested by Blizzard.
Yeah, not that L word.
Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for the show today. Unless, well, actually, you know what, Mike Lowe, do you have any shout-outs you want to give after your big win?
Oh, I want to give a shout out to THO. This has been great. I technically joined back when you guys started the Challenger series, but there was stuff going on in real life, so I had to drop from it. So it feels good to be able to jump in now as a freshman, in Legacy and in Wild, and be able to excel in both and learn from other people, and be able to like join the community, have conversations. And I love being in the Discord too. But if you guys are listening and you're not in the Discord, get in there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm coming in just to end this one. I want one more time to just thank basedinc and JR for being with me every week, and NHL for joining us for Wild matches, and Mike V for this special match. I also want to thank everyone who played today, Mike V, Dusharmo, Mike Lowe, and Memnarch for the amazing job. That being said, I guess this is it for Schoolstone today. Watch the Wild show tomorrow. I'm sure they're going to have a ton of stuff for semis and just a lot of super exciting matches. I guess class is over then. See you all later.
Yeah. Wait, one more thing. We do have one more game tonight. We got Sunday Showdown, I believe. That'll be Saku hosting, Brushy Tuna and Ron Mexico casting, and that'll be me versus Heat Shock for Pro.
Ooh, that's a good match.
Okay.
Crazy.
We are looking to possibly upset WashU and give them their second loss on the season. So, pretty exciting.
Yeah.
What time is that?
That'll be at 8 Eastern. Yeah, should be fun.
I'll be there.
3 hours
Nice,
from
I like
now.
that.
Awesome. Well, I'll see you all later. Have a nice end of your Sunday, everyone, and good luck for the matches that are still left.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Take care.
Happy Father's Day.